Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, Instagrammers, Facebookers. As always, I like to come on and give some quick tips to try and help you to have better health. And today's tips, because I've been hearing with the change of the clocks, a lot of people having sleep issues, myself included on that one. It's been huge, and I think there's been some solar energy going on there that I spoke to my spiritual mentor, and she said that there are things happening, some solar energies that are adding to all of this lack of sleep that we've been having. Hopefully they're settling down now and things are getting better in that area, but we always hear this. It's one of the huge ones. I don't get enough sleep, and how that affects us in our daily life is absolutely paramount to our performance on everything from our work to our home life and our exercise activity. So let's just briskly go through them. So number one is huge. Check your life balance, okay? Your life balance. So maybe in your working environment, you deal with a lot of screen work. And if you deal with a lot of screen work and then you're leaving work and you're going on home and then you continue either working a little bit later, or you are going onto the televisions or on social media just catching up, it's possible that your brain is really starting to fatigue. And if you can't stop that chatter when you get in bed overnight, it's frequently because you have had far too much screen time. And then we've got the other scale, haven't we? We've got people who sit on screens to do their work a lot, but then we've got other people that move around all day to do their exercise or to their work. So when they get into bed, they've got like restless leg syndrome going on, and so it's like you're almost running a race when you're in bed because you've been on the go all day and you haven't had that wind down time before you've got into your bed. So it's really looking at your lifestyle there and seeing where you can switch it up. Some of us, we need to take the rest. You know, it's all about the fine balance. In yoga, you have that in Vata, Kapha, Pitta sort of type personalities, and we need to bring that into balance. You know, we have extremes on that, sometimes not of our own choice, sometimes because it's work. So there's number one. Number two, worries. We all get worries, terrible worries, I know, and it's awful, and it's really hard to stop those worries at times when they are huge, okay? But what you cannot change, you need to understand, we need to face the fact that when it's something you cannot change, then it's more important to find your coping strategies about yourself than trying to change any situation. So if it's a situation you cannot change, it's finding your coping strategies. And that again might be reading books, taking your mind off that, anything that's as far away from your problem that you can before you go to bed. So really draw back from your problems by bringing your focus of your mind onto something else, okay? So like reading a nice book. Don't have anything that you're reading or watching that will rev your mind up, you know, or maybe just simply having a nice chat with your friend online and keeping it away from the subject. You know, the subjects that you can deal with, your worries. Don't leave the communication. Communication, sometimes we've got this huge ball in our head that it's going to be drastic if we confront the situation. And it rarely is. Or if it is, you have to take it to the edge to explode before you start to repair it. So again, maybe it's your communication. So don't procrastinate on your communication. Say what's got to be said, and then you're on the road to recovery on that, okay? And there'll be a lot of people, if you confide in that you're going to do it, will rally around and support you. You know, I know, you know, there's certain things that really affect our sleep, and definitely work worries is one of those, isn't it? Where we've got an issue going on at work, but the longer we procrastinate on that, the more that we're going to have our sleep interrupted, and then the scale of the situation becomes blown out of even more proportion. So address that and communicate. Number three, As I was speaking on yesterday, water is huge. If you're dehydrated, your sleep patterns won't be good. It'll be thrown out, okay? So think about if you've got that restless leg, what I was talking about for people who are on the feet all day that often go to bed. Again, that can be contributed because you haven't drank enough water. If you go into bed on your digestive system and you've ate wrong, eating as well before you go to bed, eating too late, but also, you know, even if you haven't ate a lot, but sometimes before you go to bed you think, oh, just fancy something sweet, just fancy a little bit of chocolate, just a couple of squares could be the one that's going to keep you awake all night, because obviously some of that has got caffeine in, some very frequently got caffeine in, and also cocoa bean has that extract as well that can keep you awake. Also, we know that again, eating your takeaways, eating your fast food is really going to lie hard on your stomach. So again, look at your meal schedules, maybe doing back to what they originally said was eat like a king for breakfast, a prince for lunch, and a pauper for tea. So gradually decreasing your meal size before you go to bed. And finally, your bed. What's your bed like? You know, would you wear a pair of shoes, the same pair of shoes, for 5, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years? You know, look at your bed. Maybe your bed needs changing. You know, are you turning your mattress over? Are you switching sides with your partner and sleeping different sides? That's a big one, isn't it? It's almost like folding your arms one leg and then trying to fold your arms the other. It doesn't feel right, does it? So look at your bed, your actual bed. You may need to change that if you've had it a while. Also, look at your pillows, your cushions. Look at the environment of your bedroom that you're sleeping in. That certain things, you know, even the smallest things, if you've lived in a house for quite a long time, you might suddenly have incurred drafts that come through the window, things that might have changed over a period of time. Also, the lighting in your bedroom is big, isn't it, as well? If there's a tiny bit of light coming in, you know, then blocking it out, it may be because, as I said last week about sleep, we were talking about circadian rhythms last week, trying to lead us gently into the clock change, and the circadian rhythms, your body's natural waking light and its sleep patterns, and also melatonin that is responsible for allowing you to sleep. So when melatonin occurs, which is drawn from your own body, it's a hormone that is released with darkness. If there's any daylight, any light coming in, or even artificial light coming into your room, then that can be aggravating your natural melatonin that's being released into your body, which is the hormone that allows you to sleep better. So look at that. Also, little things like if you're charging your toothbrush up in the room and there's a little light going on there, anything, these small charging plugs often have a tiny bit of light that can be affecting that sleep pattern as well, that you need to eliminate. So think about putting your phones. One of the big ones is get your phone out. Go back to an old alarm clock. Get your phone out the bedroom. Honestly, you could do a lot worse than get that phone out. Okay, so there's your 5 strategies. Remember, check your life balance, screens to exercise, how much you spend, your worries, communicate, get rid of those worries. If you can't, then use strategies so that you handle the worries better. Okay, water and your food. What timings are you eating those food? Are you getting enough water in? That stops any aches and pains, allows your digestive system to work better. Are you eating too late at night? Are you eating the wrong food, refined foods that may be stopping you sleeping? Your little bars of chocolate too late at night? Okay, and your bedroom environment, light in the room, beds that may be old and need changing, pillows that might need changing, and your artificial lights that may be popping on and off during the night. that you haven't realised. So hope that helps. Any comments, just pop down. If you are a sufferer from sleep deprivation, especially this week, tell me if you've been like me. I have really struggled with the sleep patterns this week. I've sort of really worked hard at getting them back. Let me know if you're the same. Pop it down and chat tomorrow. If you're following on replay, do hashtag replay so I can realise that you've been coming on and having a look. Have a great day. I'm off. I always do that. Clicking with my finger.